So Esters Enoteca is a family-run business. My oldest son is basically the chef here. We both cook together, but we can also both work the cash. My wife is the accountant and helps out when she can. Our youngest son, he's washing dishes and learning how to cook, so he's the next one. And my goal is that eventually I'm not doing this anymore and they're doing it if they want to. It's up to them. We're trying to create a place where, locals and artists and business people after work go and it's a place where they can feel safe, they can relax, just have a good time, and also, my favorite thing is when you see people come in and they're neighbors and they say, "Hey, it's nice to see you." That's really cool. Also, we feel like we're now really ingrained in the community, feel like locals ourselves now. So. The biggest challenge is, like all of our staff basically had to go on unemployment, not knowing what it's going to be like in the future. Are they going to come back? Do they want to come back? Can we afford to bring them back? What kind of hours are we going to have for them? Are the customers going to come back? I don't even know. So that's a real challenge. You just hope that that you're relevant enough after all this that people come back. COVID-19 has made it pretty much impossible to do business the way we normally do. We started 2 years ago, and it takes at least 2 years if you're doing everything pretty much right, because you don't do everything right, just to get your business up and running. COVID-19 happened, and now we're starting over. So now we're starting over with the forced business model that I would never have chosen in 100 years. You've spent all your energy and your emotional energy for 2 years, and now you're supposed to start over. So it's that's a little bit hard. So you kind of have to talk yourself into every morning, like, okay, here we go again. You might be up for another 2 years of building your business back up in a different way that you wouldn't have chosen. So that is like the biggest challenge, I would say, to this whole experience. If we keep paying Manhattan prices for rent and we're doing 15 to 20% of the business, I don't know how that's going to be sustainable for any small business. My biggest fear also as a small business is that you have so few employees. What happens if one of us gets sick? Is the whole business locked down? So those are, in a big establishment, you have lots of employees and you can just move them around, but we don't really have that luxury. So we just have to be really careful, which we are. So we're doing everything we can. imagine if there were no small businesses in the neighborhood, and there was just the big box stores and the big, corporate restaurants. What kind of place would that? I mean, there's places like that, but you don't want to be there. It doesn't feel good to walk around in them. There's no community. I don't know. I think there's a real sense of community, a realness to a small business and neighborhoods. Without it, it's just too generic. You take away anything interesting or any redeeming quality to that area when you take away the small businesses. This has caused us to really think about what we do and how we do it and how we use our space, and it's really kind of opened our minds. It's a good exercise to do no matter what, and I think if we can become more efficient or improve what we're doing, sometimes you kind of get stuck in a rut doing the same thing, and it takes a real shake-up sometimes to change your thinking. I think personally, just the family business part of it, the family part of the family business is stronger. Like, we all have each other's backs. We've all worked harder to make sure that we all keep our sanity. Being together has worked really well for us. The way that community members and customers can support us is just by coming in and buying anything. Just letting us know that we're still relevant. People still care. 614? Sounds good. Can I get those two? Let's make sure. 614, yeah. Yeah, mine's okay. You can have days where you do almost no business, and it makes you wonder, like, are we giving someone something they want? And then you'll have one day where a bunch of people come in, so you're like, okay, I guess they do still want us here. So I think, people speak with their money and their fee. So if you like the business and you want it to be around, spend your money there. Spend some of it there at least, just to that's how we keep it viable.